So you're a musician. You pour your heart and soul into creating entire worlds with your art. But let's ask the real question. Are you actually getting paid for all that work? In this explainer, we're going to build a super simple step-by-step system to make sure you collect every single dollar you are owed. And we need to get this right, because, and this is going to sound crazy, the shocking truth is that most musicians lose between 30 and 80% of the money they're supposed to make. That is a massive amount of your income just vanishing into thin air. And it's all because the system is just way too confusing. So, this isn't some abstract problem that we're talking about. This is your money. We're talking about money from streams in other countries, from people using your song in a YouTube video, from digital radio plays you didn't even know were happening. This is income that belongs to you. And the good news? We can absolutely fix it. And here is our roadmap to get it done. First, we'll figure out why you're losing money. Then, we'll build a solid business foundation. After that, we connect to the right royalty systems, expand our collection globally, and create a protection plan for every single song. And finally, you'll step into your new role as the CEO of your own music career.
Okay, so let's dive into section 1, why you're losing money. And the most important thing to get is right there in the subtitle. This system was designed to be confusing. I want you to hear this. This is not your fault. It was literally built to pay everyone else before it pays the artist.
And look at how simple these leaks are when you actually see them. Money just disappears because songs aren't registered the right way. Or, because of all the confusion between the song you wrote, that's the composition, and the actual recording, which is the master. Sometimes it's as simple as just not being plugged into the right organizations. The bottom line is, nobody ever teaches you this stuff. So that's what we're going to do right now. Which brings us right to section 2, build your business foundation. Honestly, this is the single most important shift you can make. It's time to stop treating your music like a hobby and start operating like a real business, because that's what it is. It's valuable intellectual property. And setting this up is way more straightforward than you probably think. You just create 2 simple entities, an artist LLC for your recordings and a publishing LLC for your copyrights. Then you file the paperwork with the state, you get a free tax ID number from the IRS, and you open a separate business bank account. That's it. This simple structure makes it crystal clear to the entire industry exactly who they need to pay. And this right here is why that structure is a game changer. From this point forward, you never, ever sign agreements as just you. You sign them as your business. This is what protects your personal assets, we're talking your car, your home, and it sends a huge signal to everyone that you are a professional. Okay, on to section 3. With that shiny new business foundation in place, it's time to actually connect to the systems that track and pay out your royalties. We're about to unlock what I call the Big 3 collection accounts. Let's break down these Big 3. First up, your Performing Rights Organization, or PRO. That's groups like ASCAP or BMI. They collect performance royalties for your songs. Next, the Mechanical Licensing Collective, or MLC, grabs all the U.S. mechanical royalties from streaming services. And third, Sound Exchange collects digital performance royalties for your actual recordings. And this chart shows you exactly which of your new LLCs needs to register with each one. Simple as that. All right, let's keep it moving. Section 4, collect your global earnings. Think about it. A stream in London, a download in Tokyo, all of that generates royalties, but only if you're actually set up to collect them. Your music is global, so your income should be too. Now, instead of trying to join dozens of different collection agencies in every single country, which would be a nightmare, you use what's called a publishing administrator. This slide gives you a couple of options. A service like Songtrust, for example, for a one-time fee, will go out and collect all those global mechanical royalties for you. This is how you make sure that money doesn't get lost forever in some black box. And there's other money just sitting on the table too. Neighboring rights, that's like performance royalties for your master recordings outside the US. Sync licensing is the big one, getting your music into TV shows, movies, and ads. That can be life-changing. And of course, YouTube Content ID, which makes sure you get paid every single time your audio is used in any video on the entire platform. So let's head to section 5. Now that the whole system is built, we need a simple process to make sure every new song you put out is protected from day one. This right here is your permanent checklist. You do this every time and you will not lose royalties again. This process is basically your new release day ritual. Before you release anything, you fill out a split sheet and register your copyrights. You triple check all the metadata, that's like the digital DNA of your song. Then on release day, you register it with your PRO and the MLC. And about a week later, you just log into your accounts and make sure everything is showing up correctly. See? It's that simple.
And let's just focus on that first step for a second. If you collaborate with anyone, a split sheet is completely non-negotiable. It just clarifies who wrote what percentage of the song before there's any money or ego involved. It keeps the business clean so the art can stay pure. It is truly a friendship saver. Trust me.
Now, at some point, you might think about a label deal, so it's really important to understand what you're trading. In a typical 360 deal, a label doesn't just take a piece of your recordings. Oh no, they take a cut of your publishing, your touring income, and even your merch sales. Basically, you're trading a percentage of your entire career for their resources and reach.
So the key here is to be empowered. Before you even think about signing anything, you have to ask these questions. Who owns the master recordings and for how long? What costs does the label get to recoup before you see a single dime? If you don't understand the financial model, just do not sign. A label can be a powerful partner, but it is not a savior. You are the asset.
And that brings us to our final section, Section 6. You are now the CEO. This is your new identity. You've built an entire system to protect your art and make sure it pays you for the rest of your life. This is your music, and this is your business. And look, running the business doesn't have to be some overwhelming chore. The time commitment is tiny. 30 minutes a month to check your accounts, maybe an hour each quarter to match up payments, and a couple of hours once a year to review everything. This is a sustainable system built to work for you, so you can get back to creating. This right here is the fundamental shift in your mindset. You've moved beyond being a hopeful artist just waiting to get lucky. You've built a professional structure. You have done the work. You now have the full and complete expectation to be paid for that work. Because that's really what this is all about. You've done something most musicians never get around to. You've stepped into true ownership. Your music now has a clear path for money to find its way back to you. Your creative legacy has a durable structure to support it for decades. Now, go build it.